Welcome to the NewVision Curb Ramp Inventory System by GSSI. Doing an accurate and timely survey of thousands of curb ramps and analyzing the results can be a daunting task. This video will help you test drive NVCRIS in order to demonstrate to yourself how much simpler this task can be when done with an iPad and our software. In the test drive, you will do a complete survey of up to 25 ramps, analyze the results, and extract the data and the photos in a variety of formats at no charge. At the completion of the test drive, you will have a thorough understanding of how NVCRIS works and what it provides you to assist in the development of a curb ramp improvement plan. You will also have a complete data set of those ramps consisting of shapefiles, which can be loaded into any GIS, tab delimited text files suitable to load into any database or spreadsheet, images in JPEG format of all the ramps, and maps in PDF format showing the location of all ramps colored to indicate any variance from ADA standards. This video will guide you through the essential components of the system. Further detail on the process is available with the Help button found on each screen. To do the test drive, you'll need 4 things: an iPad with an internet connection and a valid email account, a digital level, a tape measure, and our NVCRIS software. If you intend to use the iPad to do the slope measurements, you will need an additional 2 items, which include a flat surface and a set of slope boards for slopes of 2, 5, 8.3, and 10% slopes. See the discussion of iPads and slope calibration at the URL at the bottom of your screen for further information. Bill will now guide you through the details of the NVCRIS test drive.
NVCRIS consists of 3 modules, and each one is a separate iOS application. For the test drive, you will install and run all 3 modules on the same iPad. The management module will set up the project, identify which intersections are to be surveyed, track overall progress, analyze the results, and extract the data. The preliminary survey module will be used to do the initial survey of the selected intersections by identifying the location of curb ramps, traffic signals, and crosswalks from aerial photos and Google Street View from the convenience of your office. The detail survey module will be used in the field to collect all of the attributes and data from your curb ramps, traffic signals, and crosswalks. You can use the iPad to measure slopes, take pictures, and enter values with minimal typing. You will use the internet connection to automatically upload the collected data and photos to the NVCRIS cloud server.
Once you have all 3 NVCRIS modules installed on your device, go ahead and run Manage. Make sure you tap on Allow to allow access to your location. You'll see the NVCRIS sign-up screen. This is a one-time setup operation. Tap on Terms of Service to view the NVCRIS Terms of Service, and then tap on Return. Tap on the checkbox to agree to the Terms of Service. Then enter in your name, organization, phone, and email in the respective text boxes, and tap on Send when complete. You will get an email sent to the address you provided with an NVCRIS user number. Please check that email and enter in the number in the text box, and tap on Continue to finish the setup process. It is now time to set up your curb ramp inventory project. Tap on Select City to begin. The city you are currently located in will appear on the bottom of the screen within 10 seconds. Tap on it to add it to your project. If the correct city does not automatically appear, tap on Add Other City, then tap on the state, and then the city you want. I will simply select Hopkins, my current location. A map will appear with the bounds of the city shown. Tap on Return to add this city, or Cancel to go back to the state's city list. I'll go ahead and add the city. Once a city has been added to your project, tap on Return, and you can select the intersections you wish to survey by tapping on Assign Intersections. You can tap on individual intersections to assign or unassign them. To assign multiple intersections, set the number to assign by tapping on the plus or minus buttons on the bottom of the screen. Then long press on the map at the desired location. Yes, I would like to assign 2 to that location. Remember, you can do 25 ramps for free in TestDrive. Each intersection will likely have multiple ramps. The closest intersections up to the number you specified will be assigned. You are now ready to perform the preliminary survey for the intersections you've assigned. You are now ready to run the prelim app. Make sure you tap on Allow to allow access to your location. Also, make sure you are connected to the Internet, as you will need it to download intersection images and access Google Street View. The intersections you assigned and manage will appear as such on the map. As you can see, the 2 we had just assigned and managed are highlighted red. To conduct the preliminary survey on those intersections, tap on Start Survey. The inventory screen presents an aerial photo of the intersection with a north-up orientation. The green circle is the intersection point. You may wish to relocate the intersection point. To do so, drag the white target to the desired point. I'll just update it ever so slightly. You can tap on In or Out to zoom the aerial photo in or out one level if you want it to cover more or less area. I'll tap on Out and then In. This is a sufficient zoom level for this intersection. To add ramps, tap on Add Ramp and then on the screen at the ramp's location. To move a ramp, turn the Add Ramp button off by tapping on it, then drag the ramp to the new position. You'll notice that the ramp, which appears as a red circle on screen, or in this case more like a football, contains a large number and a small number. The large number reflects the position relative to the intersection, and the small number is the ramp type. In this case, it is in position 81 and is of ramp type 3. The default ramp type is shown in the Ramp Type button, located at the lower right of the screen. To change the default ramp type, tap on the Ramp Type button. You will see a list of available ramp types. This list has multiple pages. You can swipe the screen to the left to move to the next page, and then back to the right to move to the previous page. To select a new default ramp type, tap on the desired ramp type, and then on Select this ramp type. It is now Ramp Type 4. To change the ramp type for an existing ramp, tap on Edit Item, then on the ramp type to edit, and then on Change Ramp Type. Note that some ramp types are single ramps and others are combined ramps. The ramp type you select will affect which measurements are collected during the field survey, as different types include different elements. You may add one combined ramp or 2 individual ramps to each corner of the intersection. If you encounter an intersection that has more ramps than are allowed at a given corner, you can mark the intersection for later processing by tapping on the Complex button, located in the upper right portion of the screen. To add a traffic signal, tap on Add Signal, and then tap on the signal's location on screen. To add a crosswalk, tap on Add Crosswalk, and again tap on the crosswalk's location on screen. Signals appear as a yellow triangle and crosswalks as a white rectangle. To move either item, make sure all bottom buttons are turned off, none are white, and drag the item to the desired location. To delete any item from the inventory, tap on Edit Item, then the item to delete, and then tap on Delete to remove. I'll just go ahead and put it back where it was. When the elements on screen match the intersection's assets, tap on Next to do the next intersection that has been assigned. When the assigned intersections are complete, you'll be taken back to the home screen. You can now perform the detail survey on these intersections. You are now ready to run the Detail Survey module. Make sure you tap on Allow to allow access to your location. The city you added to your project should appear on the top of the screen. It is now time to perform a field survey on the intersections you completed in the prelim survey. When you have arrived at your first intersection to survey, tap on Select an Intersection. The app will automatically select the closest intersection to your current location. Check the road signs to verify. If they are the correct cross streets, tap on Use this intersection to continue. Otherwise, tap on Next to see other nearby intersections, and tap on Use this intersection when the correct one appears. Let's go out in the field and see what that looks like.
The first thing you need to do when you arrive at an intersection is to verify that it is the right intersection. To do that, first check the cross streets that are listed on the screen, and then look at the cross streets that are listed on the street sign. If they match, you're at the right intersection and you can continue.
This will take you back to the home screen. Tap on Inventory the intersection to continue. The inventory screen will appear and will present whatever you added in the prelim survey. Now that you are actually at the intersection, verify the items you entered and make any necessary changes using the same process as in the prelim survey app. Tap on Done when everything matches what you see at the intersection. This will take you back to the home screen. Tap on Select a Corner to continue. To select a corner, stand on the corner you wish to select and point the device at the center of the intersection. The app will highlight a corner blue. Tap on Select to select this corner. Let's see what this looks like in the field.
Selecting a corner is very easy. Simply stand at the corner you wish to select. In this case, I wish to select this corner. Simply point the iPad to the center of the intersection. The corner to be selected will be highlighted, and then simply tap on the select button in the center of the screen, and you've selected the corner.
This will bring you to the corner inventory screen. Verify the elements present at the corner and tap on Yes to continue or No to make necessary changes in the inventory screen. I'll tap on Yes. Once verified, you can tap on any of the ramps, crosswalks, or signals to collect data on them. Tap on left ramp, middle ramp, or right ramp to collect data on a curb ramp. You will see a list of attributes and data to be gathered for the ramp. Tap on Slopes to gather the pertinent slope measurements. This brings you to the Slopes screen. The corner and ramp on which you are collecting measurements is identified on the top of the screen. The specific slope measurements to be gathered for this particular ramp, based on its ramp type, are shown toward the bottom of the screen. When you press down on each, the corresponding area to measure is highlighted in the ramp drawing. The ramp elements are designated right or left from your perspective, standing on the corner and facing the intersection. Tap on Ramp to gather the running slope of the curb ramp itself. You are now in the screen that collects slope measurements. The device's accelerometer is used to calculate its running slope and side slope. The last date and time you calibrated the device is shown on the bottom of the screen. In this case, this device has not yet been calibrated. The prompt text will instruct you how to position the iPad properly. Tap on Start and put the device in the correct position. Once stable, the device will begin collecting the slope data. The results are displayed in terms of running slope percentage. If a given slope value is very close to the critical value, the value used to determine accessibility compliance, you will be prompted to collect a manual measurement with a digital level. Or you can tap on Manual Measurement to do so at any point. Tap on Done when complete. Use the same process to collect all slope measurements for the ramp. Let's go out to the field and see what it looks like to measure the slope of a ramp, a flare, the street landing, the upper landing, and how to collect a manual measurement.
When it comes to measuring the slope of a curb ramp, first you have to determine at what point is it the greatest slope. In this case, that is right here. To measure the slope of the curb ramp, you set the iPad right down the center at the point of greatest slope with the arrow pointing towards the street. Then you press the button to start the measurement. The measurement will be gathered automatically by the iPad. When it is complete, it will show you the output. Just tap on OK to continue. Measurement complete. Now it's time to measure the slope of the left flare. This is the flare. It is the walkable surface that connects the ramp to another walkable surface such as the sidewalk. It is the left flare because as you look out to the intersection from the corner, it is on your left-hand side. To measure the slope, place the iPad right along the curb line, this is the curb line, with the arrow pointed towards the ramp. When you're ready to continue, press Start to gather the slope. When complete, it will give you the measurements, and then press OK to continue. Now it's time to gather the slope of the street landing. The street landing is the area just on the other side of the curb line. This is the curb line from the ramp. To gather this slope, place the iPad on the street landing with the arrow pointing back towards the ramp. Then press Start to start the gathering of the slope. When it is complete, it will give you the readings, and then press OK to continue. Now we're going to measure the slope of the upper landing. This is the upper landing. It is the area above the ramp where pedestrians can change direction. So we're going to measure the slope of this upper landing. To do that, place the iPad at the point of greatest slope with the arrow pointing down towards the ramp and tap on Start to begin the measurement. When complete, tap on OK to continue. Sometimes you need to gather a manual slope measurement using a digital level such as this one. To do that, place the level along the line of greatest slope and then check the reading on the level and then enter that reading by using the slider on the bottom of the screen. When it displays the correct value, tap on the button to continue.
Tap on Cracks to enter any cracks that exist in the ramp, upper landing, street landing, or adjacent sidewalks. For each item, tap on the large picture if cracks exist, or none if not. If cracks exist, a screen will appear to enter the width of the widest crack at the widest point. Use the slider to select the value in inches, and then tap on the value itself to enter it and continue. There is a camera icon on the bottom left of the screen. Anytime you see this icon, you can tap on it to take a picture of the element being surveyed. You can take as many pictures as you like during the course of your project. Tap on Texture to enter in what texture the ramp has. Textures, also called detectable warnings, are used to alert a visually impaired person that this is near the end of the ramp and approaching the curb of a given street. To enter a texture, simply tap on one of the images on screen. If the texture happens to be cast iron trunk domes, you will also be asked what shape the texture is in. Select rectangular or radial, whichever most closely matches the shape of your detectable warning. Then you'll be asked for the smallest distance from the back of the curb to the front edge of the detectable warning. Enter that value using the slider and tap on the button to input the value. Then you'll be asked for the largest distance from the back of the curb to the front edge of the detectable warning. Once again, use the slider and then enter the value. Tap on Obstructions to enter in any obstructions that exist in the ramp, street landing, or upper landing. Tap on each item and then on the obstruction photo to log the obstruction, or None to denote no obstructions present, or on Other if there is an obstruction that is not included as an option on screen. An obstruction is any structure that could present a barrier to accessibility along the path of a ramp, street landing, or upper landing. Tap on Width and Depth to enter the ramp width and the upper landing depth. Use the slider on the bottom of the screen to select the value in inches, and then tap on the value itself to enter it and continue. The ramp width is the width of the flat portion of the ramp at the curb line. The upper landing depth is the distance from the front to the back of the upper landing. Tap on Lip and Steep TOC to enter whether or not there is a sudden level change at the top of the curb or at the flow line. Tap on one of the pictures shown to enter the issue. If one exists, you'll be prompted to enter in the height of the level change in inches. Tap on Take Photos to take photos of the ramp and its elements. You can take as many photos as you like. Once in the photo interface, tap on Go to Camera to go to the device's camera interface. Tap on Take Picture to take the photo. Tap on Discard to delete the photo, or Return to save it and continue. Once the current ramp is complete, you'll return to the corner inventory screen. Tap on any remaining ramps to inventory and go through the same data collection process. After all ramps are completed, tap on any crosswalks if they exist. You will simply be asked if the ramp is within the crosswalk. If the left and right extents of the ramp at the curb line are within the painted borders of the crosswalk, then it is within the crosswalk. If a traffic signal exists, tap on it to collect data and attributes. The first step is to select the signal style. Select the signal style by tapping on the image that most closely resembles the signal you see on the other side of the crosswalk, in the direction shown on the top of the screen. Tap on No Signal if none exists. If a signal exists, you'll be taken to a screen that will ask some questions regarding accessible pedestrian signal compliance. Select the appropriate response by tapping in the checkbox. If you answer yes to information sign, 2 additional questions will appear regarding the contents of the sign. Tap on Done when complete. Next, you'll be asked which type of push button exists. Select the push button type by tapping on the image that most closely resembles the button that exists. Tap on No button if none exists. If a button exists, a screen will appear asking for the height of the signal button, and then the distance the signal button is from the edge of the upper landing. Use the slider to select a value in inches, and then tap on the value itself to enter it and continue. Let's go out to the field and see what these measurements look like.
And now it's time to measure the height of the pedestrian push button, and that is the height from the ground to the center of the push button. And to do that, we use our tape measure. And we will measure on a straight line up to the center of the button, and this one is 42 inches. That is the current standard. Then we use the slider on the bottom of the screen to input the value. The button distance is the distance from the pedestrian signal push button to the closest point in the upper landing. In this case, that happens to be this point right here. To take that measurement, use your tape measure. Measure the distance parallel to the ground from the button to that upper landing point. It is 40 inches in this case. To enter into the app, simply use the slider on the bottom of the screen until it says that amount, and then tap on the value to continue.
This concludes your inventory on a traffic signal. If the curb ramp is a combined type, you'll see 4 additional buttons in between the left and right ramps on the corner inventory screen. The upper landing button is simply gathering the slope of the shared landing. Use the same procedure as with the other slope measurements. The curb cut distance is the distance between the inside edges of the left and right ramps at the curb line. The bump width is the width of the center bump at its highest point, and the bump height is the height of the center bump, as measured from the gutter at the flow line. Let's see what these measurements look like in the field.
The first measurement involved with a center bump is called the curb cut distance. It is the distance from the edge of one ramp to the edge of another. To measure that, use your tape measure and simply measure that distance. In this case, it is 136 inches. After you have that value, simply enter it into the app by using the slider on the bottom of the screen and tap on the value when complete. The next measurement to take is the center bump width. That is the width of the curb in the center bump at its highest point. In that case, that width is from here to here, 30 inches. Enter that value into the app using the slider on the bottom of the screen, and like before, tap on the button when complete. The third and final measurement regarding a center bump is the center bump height. That is the height from the flow line to the top of the curb. In this case, it is 4 inches. Enter the value using the slider on the bottom of the screen, and then tap on it when complete.
You can also add a note to a corner by tapping on Add Note. To add a note, tap in the upper text window and a keyboard will appear. Enter the note and then tap Save to save the note or Cancel to discard. To add the note to a list for future entry, tap on Add to List. Next time you want to add that note, simply tap on it in the list. You have now completed a corner. It will now highlight green in the Select Corner screen. Now go to another corner to survey and select it by pointing the device at the center of the intersection. It will highlight blue. Tap on Select to pick it and continue. Now go through the same process on the new corner. When all corners are complete, tap on Return to mark the intersection as complete and return to the home screen. To take a photo of the intersection in general, tap on Take Intersection Photos and use the camera interface as before. Congratulations! You have just completed an intersection. The final step to take in doing the test drive is, of course, collecting your data. To do that, open up the Management application and then tap on Retrieve Data. You can see a list of instructions on the screen. It will show you how many ramps are available for purchase and how many ramp credits you have remaining in your test drive. I haven't used any yet, and I have 25 remaining. I have completed 8 ramps, so I'm going to go ahead and get the data now. To do that, tap on Auto Select. As you can see, I'm going to get the data for these 8 ramps, and that will come out of the 25 credits I originally had in the test drive. This is the synchronized data screen. This is a screen that you will be using in the course of your project if you use multiple devices. The only time you'll need to use it otherwise is to collect your data. What you need to do is tap on the switch to turn it on for pictures to be uploaded, so that you will now upload 11 data files and 1 picture to our cloud server. Then tap on Synchronize. The data will upload. As you can see, each file is uploading, and it is giving you the progress. And now all of the data is uploaded. Now tap on Return, and then go back to Retrieve Data. Now that you have uploaded the data to our server, you can request the data. So tap on Request Data, and there's some more instructions on screen. The email that I originally entered when I started this training video, email@email.com, not a real email. I used it for the purposes of this video. That is the email that my data will be sent to. Just simply tap on Send Request. Request has been received. Unless someone actually has that email, I doubt anyone will receive it. And that is the end of the test drive. You have gone all the way through from signing up and setting up your project to doing a preliminary survey, going out in the field, doing a detailed survey, gathering data, attributes, photos, and then finally you have uploaded the data to our server and have made the data request using credits that come with the test drive. I certainly hope you've enjoyed this experience, and thank you for your business.